Overcoming stuttering starts with you changing perspective, including how you see stuttering. I remember me 14 years ago, I saw this connection. It was so clear to me, the link between how I felt, what I thought, and how I spoke, how comfortable I felt in different speaking situations with different people. I saw there was a clear connection there. And I have become so fascinated by this link that I have discovered that I decided to learn more. And for me, overcoming stuttering, there was no way to fail. Right from the start, I have given myself no chance. There was no option to fail. I had to do it. I had to find out, I had to get to the core of this problem because I felt restricted inside, as if I was in a straitjacket. And I remember even for a few years, I couldn't breathe very well. I felt there was this pressure on my chest, like the tension that seemed to have come from nowhere. I felt as if there was a heavy plate placed on my chest. I felt absolutely compelled and determined to overcome it. And as I started to progress and going deeper, exploring, discovering how stuttering works in me, first of all, I was my own guinea pig. I experimented a lot. I faced different situations. I understood that when I spoke about wanting to change, it was kind of a fantasy. How nice it would be to change. How nice it would be not to stutter. It was like a very blurred concept of me that was just beginning to emerge, just a fantasy. But then as I progressed, I started to see that the real change basically implies me changing as an individual. And by changing, I mean dislodging everything unhealthy, restricting, limiting beliefs that I hold on to since I was about 12 or 13. And guess what? It did feel scary. Why? Because, look, when you work on personal transformation and overcoming stuttering is about, whether you like it or not, it's about personal transformation. You cannot overcome your problem and remain the same. Not possible. And this applies across many issues people face and want to eliminate from their lives. Look, when you work on overcoming stuttering, you taking these new steps and you making new choices and new decisions every single day, you experiment. What happens is that as you change, you see that you feel emotionally naked with people, because one of the most important steps is getting rid of resistance, opening up more. Just imagine that, opening up more. And that opening up, essentially, initially, it's not going to stay for long, but it feels like emotional nakedness. And most of people are afraid of that, like hell. And this doesn't just apply to people who stutter, of course. Emotional nakedness. And I had to get naked so many times. And it did feel scary, but I had to continue. There was no way to turn back anymore. Another thing is, imagine you have been invisible. I have been invisible for many years in my life. And suddenly people see you. You become emotionally naked. And guess what happens? People take interest in you. How scary is that? Nobody saw me before, nobody paid attention. And then as I was walking through this journey, this path, people started to take interest in me. People started to, guess what, men started to compliment me. Just imagine how uncomfortable and scary and embarrassing that might feel. Those little steps that you take along the way to achieving what you want, to becoming the person you want to be, actually becoming the person you were always meant to be, as I have learned. So, physical nakedness, emotional nakedness, being open, opening your heart, people taking interest in you, people, men, girls, I don't know, start to compliment you as you move through, as you're taking new steps and new decisions. Just imagine. So, the journey of overcoming stuttering will entail this discomfort, tiny aspects where you feel emotionally exposed, vulnerable, where you have to take emotional risks. And all these little steps, now looking back, I can recall and I see that my journey consistent, it was made up of these little steps. They felt uncomfortable, but only at first. And another aspect, as you change, you might have a better career prospects. Your boss might offer you a promotion, which might set your life direction in a totally different way. Your life pace gets faster. My life became very fast. Allowing yourself to let go, allowing yourself to accept what is and not control. Just imagine. And I'm just giving you a few changes that happened to me, that will happen to you. And when you step on this journey, think about the tiny steps that this path will entail. It's not you going from point A, where you stutter and have anxiety, and then to point Z, where you are super confident, your speech flows no matter what, all the time. It's a journey. It's a step-by-step journey. You take those steps every single day. And yeah, the change happens very swiftly if you are willing to put in the effort, your time, determination, and be consistent, be patient with yourself. These were all the steps and discomforts that I had to encounter on this path. And guess what? I'm still learning. I'm not a finished product for sure. I'm learning more and more about myself every single day. Every single day brings so many opportunities and lessons. And it's good news. It's good news that this journey is endless. And it takes, as you move up the levels, it takes like different turns and different quality enters your life. And as you kind of feel more at peace with who you are and become more accepting and release, dislodge everything that doesn't serve you, and you opening your heart more. It's a beautiful process. But the start of it, for those of you who are considering to join maybe my coaching program, maybe some other program, I don't know, just my advice is be realistic. Don't expect that you will go from A, where you start severely, to Z, where there is no anxiety and no turbulence, no blocking of any kind. There will be discomfort. And if you look at my solution framework, the pyramid, you can see that there are steps involved. The steps are essentially, what are the steps? They are new choices that you consciously make every day in different situations, how you choose to relate to yourself. It's a holistic approach, holistic method. And that's why I love it so much, because it changes not just your speech, it changes in a very positive way who you are. You become more authentic. You return home, return to yourself. As you eliminate suffering from your life, then you have this capacity now to give more to others, be generous. And looking back, I can say that every step, every single step, every single discomfort was so worthwhile. Was so worthwhile. There is not one day that I would like to delete or remove from my story. No, because every difficult situation, unpleasant situation, it led me to where I am now. Without that difficult or challenging situation, there wouldn't be me as I am today. So think about if you are ready to face those discomforts that you will encounter as you progress, as you step on this journey. But I would recommend that you focus your attention on the goal. Remind yourself where it is that you're moving towards. Little steps, turbulence days, good days, less good days. But what is the initial goal? What's the purpose? What is your mission? Focus on that. It will provide you with necessary drive and the desire to continue, regardless of how challenging it might get. And it will get challenging. But as I say, with the right support, with the right guidance, with the right ideas, you will and can progress in a much faster way. You don't need to invest 14 years or 10 years of your life trying out different methods. I mean, you can, absolutely you can. Just, it's a very good thing to look what's out there and try it out and see what works, what doesn't work. It's also part of disillusionment. You lose your illusions and you become more enlightened as you dislodge, let go of those illusions. So I wish you all a beautiful day wherever you are. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. And I'm looking forward to meeting you soon.